Good morning. In the earlier lecture, we talked about the syllabus. As I told, we are going to start the syllabus today. Let us start with the first unit. And first article is linearly dependent and independent vectors, or linear dependence and independence of vectors. Linear dependence and independence of vectors, or in other words, you may call this as linear dependence and independence of vectors. When we talk of linear dependence and independence of vectors, we shall consider the vectors of same order, of order 1, of order 2, of order 3, etc. Whenever we talk of linear dependence or independence, order of vectors considered should be same. As the word linear is used here, it means that we are going to consider the vectors of degree 1 only. Because of the word linear, we are going to use the vectors of degree 1. The vectors under consideration can be called as linearly dependent vectors if where A1, A2, A3, A4, etc. are the vectors. C1, C2, C3, C4, etc. are the scalar constants. C1, C2, C3, C4, etc. are the scalar constants, and these scalar constants are non-zero constants. If these scalar constants are non-zero constants, and if equation 1 is true for the vectors under consideration, these vectors are known as linearly dependent vectors. Whenever equation 1 is valid for the vectors under consideration A1, A2, A3, A4, etc. and C1, C2, C3, C4, etc. are non-zero scalar constants, then these vectors are known as linearly dependent vectors. If equation 1 is true for if equation 1 is true for these vectors, for these scalar constants C1 0, C2 0, C3 0, C4 0, etc. etc. Then the vectors are known as linearly independent vectors. Whenever the scalar constants are 0, C1 0, C2 0, C3 0, C4 0 and so on. Then the vectors under consideration are known as linearly independent vectors. For simplicity, let me consider two vectors, vector A and vector B. Vector A and vector B are said to be linearly dependent vectors if A can be expressed in the form of vector B or vector B can be expressed in the form of vector A. For simplicity, I have considered two vectors, vector A and vector B. Vector A and B can be said as linearly dependent vectors, provided that A should be expressed in the form of B or B should be expressed in the form of A. If this is true for vectors A and B, then only we can call vectors A and B as linearly dependent vectors. And for this I may write A is equal to KB. For this I may write A is equal to KB, where A is a vector, B is a vector and K is a non-zero scalar constant. A is vector, B is vector, K is non-zero scalar constant. If we can express vectors A and B by equation 3, these two vectors may be parallel or in the same plane. Vectors A and B may be parallel or may lie in the same plane. Then we may call vectors A and B as linearly dependent vectors, where this scalar constant should be non-zero scalar constant. I may write equation 3 in some other way also. CA plus DB is equal to 0, equation number 4. What I have done here? A is a vector, B is a vector, C and D are non-zero scalar constants, and A and B are expressed. A is expressed in the form of B, A can be expressed in the form of B, B can be expressed in the form of A. And here also, with the help of equation 4, I can say that vectors A and B are linearly dependent vectors. Let me manipulate equation 4. CA is equal to minus DB or vector A is equal to minus D divided by C into vector B. What I have done? This equation is manipulated to get equation 5. And what is equation 5? Vector A is equal to minus D divided by C into vector B, where this minus D divided by C is non-zero scalar constant. Let us compare equation 5 with equation 3. If we compare equation 3 and 5, what we find? A is here, A is here, B is here, B is here. This K should be equal to minus D divided by C. It means that from equations 3 and 4, we can write k is equal to minus d divided by c. What is k? It is non-zero scalar constant. What is minus d by c? It is non-zero scalar constant. So equation 3 is the equation that can be used to represent a and b as linearly dependent vectors. Similarly, equation 4 written in the form c into a plus b into b. A and b are vectors, c and d are non-zero scalar constants. Equation 4 also tells us that vectors a and b are linearly dependent vectors. Equation 3 and 4 provides us the opportunity to extend this idea of linear dependence from two vectors to many vectors. Let us extend the idea of linear dependence of two vectors, as shown in equation 3 and as shown in equation 4, for more number of vectors. This idea can be extended for more number of vectors, and you can write this equation again as this equation number 6. C1 A1 plus C2 A2 plus C3 A3 plus and so on is equal to 0. Idea of equation 3 and 4 for linear dependence of vector is extended here for n vectors A1, A2, A3, A4 and so on, where C1, C2, C3, C4 etc. are the non-zero scalar constants. Now, I may write this further as A1 is equal to D1 A2 plus D2 A3 plus D3 A4 and so on. Equation number 7, where dj is equal to minus of cj divided by ci, where I is not equal to 0. Equation 6 can be written as equation 7. A1 is equal to D1 A2 plus D2 A3 plus D3 A4 and so on, where every dj is equal to minus of cj divided by ci. And how should be this cj and ci? I should not be equal to j. If we carefully look into equation 7, you will find that vector A1 is expressed in terms of remaining vectors. In equation 6, n vectors are considered A1, A2, A3 up to an, and written in the form of equation 6 to represent that these n vectors are linearly dependent vectors. So there are n number of vectors. What equation 7 represents? Equation 7 represents that one vector from these n vectors, vector A1 from these n vectors is represented or expressed in terms of n minus 1 vectors, A2, A3, A4 and so on. If we count these vectors A2, A3 and so on, the number will be n minus 1. It means that a vector can be represented in terms of n minus 1 vectors. This will be possible only when all these vectors are linearly dependent vectors. This will be true, this will be possible only when all these vectors are linearly dependent vectors. If these are not linearly dependent vectors, then equation 6 and equation 7 could not be true. Equation 6 and 7 could not valid, because in that case C1, C2, C3, C4 all will be 0. When C1, C2, C3, C4 all will be 0, these vectors could not be represented in terms of the all vectors. A1 cannot be expressed in terms of remaining vectors. A2 cannot be expressed in terms of remaining vectors. A3 cannot be expressed in terms of remaining vectors. A4 cannot be expressed in terms of remaining vectors if they are linearly independent. Equation 6 and 7 is true only when all these n vectors are linearly dependent vectors. One more thing I wanted to tell you about the linearly dependent vectors is the linear dependence of vectors does not depend on the dimensions of the space in which the vectors are specified, in which the vectors are defined. Listen carefully. Linear dependence of the vectors defined in a space will not be dependent on the dimensions of the space. Irrespective of dimensions of the space, we may have two linearly dependent vectors, we may have three linearly dependent vectors, we may have four linearly dependent vectors. The number of vectors which are linearly dependent on each other will not be decided by dimensions of the space in which the vectors are defined, in which the vectors are specified. It will be independent of the dimensions of the space. For example, let me consider three-dimensional space. Let me consider three-dimensional space. And there are two vectors. Vector A is equal to 2i plus 3j plus 4k. Vector B is equal to minus I minus 1.5j plus 4k. Vector A is specified, is defined in a three-dimensional space. Vector B is also defined in a three-dimensional space. We wanted to know whether these two vectors are linearly dependent on each other. Let us see how these two are linearly dependent on each other. I may write this as A plus 2B is equal to 0. That is nothing but A is equal to minus 2B. Put this vector and this vector in this equation. You will get 0. 2i, b is multiplied by 2, where this 2 is non-zero scalar constant. 2i minus 2i, 0. 3 plus 3j minus 1.5 into 2 minus 3j, 0. Minus 4k plus 2 into 2k, 4k. Minus 4k plus 2k will become 0. That is, I can have a plus 2b is equal to 0, which is in this form. Ca plus db is equal to 0. Here C is 1, here D is 2. This is in the form A is equal to KB. A is here, B is here, and this K is equal to minus 1. That is non-zero scalar constant. It means that linear dependence of number of vectors is independent of the dimensions of the space in which the vectors are defined. The vectors are specified. Now let me consider instead of 2 vectors, let me consider 3 vectors. Vector A is equal to I plus j minus k. Vector B is equal to 2I minus 2j plus 3k. Vector C is equal to minus 3I plus j minus 2k. Now, vectors A, B and C are defined in the 3-dimensional space. Let us see whether these vectors A, B and C are linearly dependent or not. What I can do for that purpose, I will add this, this and this. So, if I write this as A plus B plus C, that will be equal to, in one bracket, I times 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus j times 1 minus 2 plus 1 plus k times minus 1 plus 3 minus 2. This is 0, this is 0, this is 0. That is A plus B plus C is equal to 0, written in this form. Here we find that vectors A, B and C are linearly dependent vectors. In the first case, only 2 vectors were linearly dependent on each other in the 3-dimensional space. Here we find that 3 vectors are linearly dependent on each other in the 3-dimensional space. It means that number of vectors which are linearly dependent on each other, number of vectors which are linearly dependent on each other is not decided by dimensions of the space in which the vectors are specified, in which the vectors are defined. I may go for one more. Let me consider 4 vectors. Vector A is equal to 2I plus 2j minus 3k. Vector B is equal to minus I plus 3j plus 2k. Vector C is equal to 2I plus j minus 2k. Vector D is equal to Now let us verify whether these vectors A, B, C, D are linearly dependent, which are specified, which are described in a 3-dimensional space. that is A plus B plus C plus D is equal to I is taken common 2 minus 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus J is taken common 2 plus 3 plus 1 minus 6 plus K is taken common minus 3 plus 2 minus 2 plus 3 minus 1 minus 3 minus 4 2 plus 2 4 it will become 0 J into 2 plus 3 5 5 plus 1 6 6 minus 6 0 here minus 3 minus 2 minus 5 2 3 plus 5 minus 5 plus 5 will get 0 and we will get A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 0. In this example, what we found that 4 vectors in 3-dimensional space are linearly dependent on each other. It means that number of linearly dependent vectors in a space is not defined by dimensions of a space. It is clear from this example, and this example. So we can now any number of vectors linearly dependent on each other, irrespective of the dimensions of the space in which the vectors are described, the vectors are defined. Now, let me tell you one more thing. Whenever we consider a space, 2-dimensional space or 3-dimensional space, then the linearly independent vectors in any space are always decided by dimensions of the space. Number of linearly dependent vectors are not decided by dimensions of the space, whereas number of linearly independent vectors are always decided by dimensions of the space. I will repeat it. Listen it carefully. Number of linearly dependent vectors. Number of linearly dependent vectors in a space is not decided by dimensions of the space, which is clear from 3 examples. When we talk of linearly dependent vectors, we will find that number of linearly independent vectors in a space is always decided by dimensions of this space. If dimensions of this space is 2, there will be only 2 linearly independent vectors. If dimensions of a space is 3, there will be 3 linearly independent vectors. If dimensions of a space are 4, there will be only 4 linearly independent vectors. So, the conclusion is, whenever we talk of number of linearly dependent vectors, it will be always independent of dimensions of the space in which the vectors are described or defined. Whereas, linearly independent vectors in a space is always described, is always defined by dimensions of the space. If we have 2-dimensional space, I and J are only linearly independent vectors. I cannot be expressed in terms of J. J cannot be expressed in terms of I. And therefore, I and J are the only two linearly independent vectors in two-dimensional space. Because I and J are mutually perpendicular to each other. When we go for three-dimensional space, we will find that I, J and K. For three-dimensional space, vectors I, J and K are the linearly independent vectors. Dimensions of a space is 3. There we will have 3 linearly independent vectors I, J, K, which are mutually perpendicular to each other. And therefore, when we talk of linear dependence and independence of vector, we have to remember two things. Number of linearly independent vectors in a space is independent of dimensions of this space. And number of linearly independent vectors in a space is always equal to dimensions of this space in which the vectors are defined or described. This is about linear dependence and independence of vectors. Hope you understood. It is very simple article. Tomorrow we shall go for one problem on this article. Till then, thank you.